So before presenting the second program, it is important to mention that we have decided to do a transition of 2 weeks of velocity force program before the focus on velocity program. That it means we want to reduce at the maximal the loss of strength. It has to be progressive and not too quick.
Squat plus box jump is a contrast exercise. So it's a max strength exercise before with the squat, and then maximal velocity exercise with the box jump. So there is a post-activation photo session to recruit maximal motor unit during the speed. So the goal of this exercise is to develop the ability of the athlete to produce a maximal force during a maximal speed exercise.
Here again, we have decided to do the lateral pulling exercise because we think it's very close to the ground. Indeed, it enables to work on hip and shoulder rotation. These elements are very important during throwing but often neglected. In contrast to the force max exercise, the goal here is to be as close explosive as possible. So we have to pull a load of 50% of the maximal rep. So we have decided to do 3 sets of 10 reps.
The contrast exercise with triceps, jump push-up and ballistic throw is to develop the power of muscle involved in throwing as triceps and big chest, and it's quite close from the specification of the activity. So the maximal strength provoke a post-activation photo session to use more force during the lightweight exercise as push-up and throwing. There are more motor unit recruitment for the speed exercise. Lateral 1 foot jump with rubber band. This exercise work on knees and core stability, but also the ability to control the momentum with 1 foot and on accelerate movement when the guy is coming back. So this exercise you need to work on it at a maximal velocity. So this exercise named jump push-up plus ballistic throw. So it's a contrast in speed exercise. This exercise develops the explosivity and transfer to a specific throwing action with a medicine ball. We are going to throw a 4 kilo medicine ball, and this is to develop the speed of the player to throw a ball. Throwing with elastic resistance is an exercise which develop the speed of the throwing movement. So it increases the resistance while the speed increases by tightening the rubber band. This requires to the athlete to increase the strength produce instead a high velocity. It requires to control the movement when you finish the movement in the elastic. This develops the momentum control of the throwing. Box jump with and off the rubber band is a kind of contrast exercise. One with a resistance, so a speed exercise, and one without, so it's a overspeed exercise. It permit to the athlete to control the momentum and core stability at a high speed, and the contrast accentuates their potence to control the momentum during the non-resistance exercise. The contrast exercise with triceps, jump push-up and ballistic throw is to develop the power of muscle involved in throwing as triceps and big chest, and it's quite close from the specification of the activity. So the maximal strength provoke a post-activation post-session to use more force during the lightweight exercise as push-up and throwing. There are more motor unit recruitment for the speed exercise.
Vas-y. Ouais.
We have decided to do this dynamic lunge exercise because it is quite similar with the exercise which enables to work on the enclosed range of initial strength previously described. Here again, the goal is to be as close to the ground as possible. We strengthen the knees, flexors and extensors, but also the shoulders muscles. So the movement looks like a bit with the stand position before tackle, so it's very close to the field. Like the other lunge exercise, the stabilization can be a limitation. So to keep our body straight, you have to contract your abs, be coordinated and so explosive. So to get back to our exercise, we have decided to make 4 sets of 5 reps per leg. To conclude, this exercise enables to work on the acceleration and also the deceleration capacity of the leg, and also have the arm because we have to be explosive to propel our body against the inertia of the barbell and control the comeback. So here again we are going to work on the momentum control.
Lateral 1-foot jump with rubber band. This exercise work on knees and core stability, but also the ability to control the momentum with 1 foot and on accelerate movement when the guy is coming back. So this exercise you need to work on it at an maximal velocity. Throwing with elastic resistance is an exercise which develop the speed of the throwing movement, so it increases the resistance while the speed increases by tightening the rubber band. This requires to the athlete to increase the strength produced instead a high velocity. It requires to control the movement when you finish the movement in the elastic. This develops the momentum control of the throwing.
We have decided to do this plyometric exercise because it enables to work on the acceleration power. Indeed, we are going to combine an eccentric phase during the landing of the ground and a concentric dynamic phase with sprints. This exercise is quite close to the field because it can be associated with the reception of a jump and the sprint after. So the risk here is the land on the ground. Indeed, many athletes want to use some big blocks directly, but it's not clever. You have to be progressive. Furthermore, you have to equip yourself or your athletes properly with some eccentric training. So remember, you have to be stable, contract your arms, stabilize your joints, and it will be fine. So to get back to our exercise, we have decided to do 3 sets of 8 reps. To conclude, this exercise enables to control the momentum correctly. Indeed, we are going to be attracted on the floor with the gravity force, but we have to transfer this vertical force in horizontal force to propel our body straightly. The contact time during the land have to be reduced at the maximum.
Grip kettlebells, working on the eccentric control of external rotator. it controls the momentum during throwing
Ouais, vas-y.
and also work on the grip, which is really important for the football players. This exercise have 2 goals, and it's really important to do it in the gym. So this exercise named jump push up plus ballistic throw. So it's a contrast in speed exercise.
Vas-y. Ouais.
This exercise developed explosivity and transfer to a specific throwing action with a medicine ball. We are going to throw a 4 kilo medicine ball, and this is to develop the speed of the player to throw a ball. Elastic resistance throwing develop the ability to produce more force at a high speed and work on the capacity of acceleration and deceleration of the arm. The player needs to produce more force instead an increase of the velocity, because as the rubber band is tightening, the resistance is more and more important. The overspeed jump with Swiss ball is an overspeed exercise which helps you during takeoff but lets you produce some force. A huge difference between this one and assisted rubber band jump. It develops the speed of the lower body muscle.